So this is a song I wrote about my Uncle Steve, who just passed away a couple years ago. He's that uncle that when all the little kids were around at the family reunions would pick us up and throw us in the air. So, Dad was one of 8, Mom one of a dozen. I am one of 7, so there's a lot of cousins. We had family gatherings for birthdays, rites, and weddings. And there's movies that go back to all the family settings. My favorite show's my Uncle Steve, my mother's youngest brother. Surrounded by the cousins, we were pushing back each other. We were pushing for our turn. When Uncle Steve would snatch us, we'd scream, he'd toss us in the air, then Uncle Steve would catch us. We were chubby, we were lean, Uncle Steve was never mean. How high we flew wasn't measured. We were birds of different feathers. The movie shows where Uncle Steve was starting to wear out. Got through more than half of us, and then he turned about. Started running toward the house, I don't know if he made it. Cousins running after him, and then the movie faded. We were chubby, we were lean, Uncle Steve was never mean. How high we flew wasn't measured. We were birds of different feathers. Uncle Steve is ancient now. He has a house near Howell. His memory fades in and out. He won't throw in the towel. Sometimes when I visit him, he thinks that I'm my mother. He's the last one of the brood. He's the youngest brother. Laugh together at the movies when I go and visit. And there's times he turns to me, has to ask, who is it? But when he sees that man who tosses children into space, I see an impish grin appear upon his handsome face. We were chubby, we were lean, Uncle Steve was never mean. How high we flew wasn't measured. We were birds of different feathers. We were birds of different feathers.